Welcome to episode number 22 of From the Bunker podcast. We appreciate all the support, guys. Thank you so much for all the support, all the watches, the likes, the listens, the subscribes. If you're not yet and you're just finding this, please hit that subscribe button, hit the like button, leave a comment. We appreciate it so much and it helps us so much. Make sure you're following us on socials. Everywhere that you go, From the Bunker, From the Bunker podcast, find us. You can't miss the logo, and you definitely cannot miss the face. LOL. Anyways, guys, hello, friends. We are here, and it is Augusta, Georgia, and it's the Masters week, baby. I'm super excited to be here. Masters flag flying in the background. We got the Masters blanket laying there. We got the Masters flag in the yard. We got the Masters app downloaded. We were, watching the par 3 contest all day. But before I get into that, I just want to mention that this episode is brought to you by none other than Fore Golf Apparel, baby. And that's who we have on today, too. So we got Nate, the owner of Fore Golf, as our guest today. But guys, listen to me close. Brand new drop coming. If it's not on the website now, it'll be on the website tomorrow. If it's not on the website tomorrow, it'll definitely be on there this week, but it's coming. I got a piece of it on right here. Mulligan approved with the FG, with the ball, with the FG in the middle, which shout out my boy Nate for taking my recommendation on that. That makes me feel freaking awesome that I recommended throwing the FG on the ball, and it happened. So that makes me feel great. But anyways, ForeGolfApparel.com, brand new drop coming. We got 3 new polos for men, 1 new polo for women. We got 3 hoodies. We've got the long sleeve t-shirt Mulligan hoodie. We got the hoodie that Nate will be wearing in this episode. It's a quarter zip hoodie. Okay. Subtle Fore Golf over the shoulder. Nothing on the front. 2-tone. 1 Carolina blue themed, 1 orange and black. So, I mean, listen, and then the 3 polos, we got 2 tradition polos, the tradition, okay? The tradition, we got a solid black with a white collar and white cuffs, or we have the solid royal Kentucky blue with the white collar and the white cuffs, okay? This stuff is top tier. Then we've got the flamingo, which has subtle but awesome flamingos spread out nicely around the shirt in black and white. Hot pink shirt with a black cuff and a black collar, and it is thick. And we got that same one in women's. Okay, so now we got 3 women's polos on the site. Okay, if you can't tell, I'm effing excited, dude. Like this stuff, guys, and listen, I promise you, I'm not just saying this. If you're hearing this and you take my recommendation to buy some Fore Golf and the quality is not better than you expected, I will personally buy it back from you. That's how confident I am in this stuff. And as Nate mentions, he'll put it up against anybody. So head over to ForeGolfApparel.com. Use code FTB15. That's for 15% off. You use that code, you get 15% off your entire order. You order over $75, which would be a box full of stuff, okay? You get free shipping, all right? So go over there, check them out, guys. You're going to hear about Nate. You're going to learn his story. You're going to hear about his love and how much passion and love he puts into this brand and just what type of person he is. And, I like doing business with people that I like. And, hopefully after this episode, you want to do business with Fore Golf because you like him. ForeGolfApparel.com, code FTB15. We appreciate Fore Golf Apparel. Can't wait to share this story with you. But real quick, like I said, the Masters par 3 contest today. This is Wednesday. I'm recording this right after the par 3 contest ended. So I think 6 under won it, and we had 4 hole-in-ones. I know Keegan hit a hole-in-one. He's the first player ever to hit a hole-in-one consecutively 2 years in a row at the par 3 contest at the Masters. Justin Thomas got a hole-in-one. Wyndham Clark got a hole-in-one, and I do not remember the 4th one, so give me a strike for that. But, guys, tomorrow, Thursday, Masters starts. The tournament starts anyways, and it's going to be a blast. I've got Bryson DeChambeau coming back, winning this thing this year. I want to know what y'all think. So drop a comment down below. Let me know who is your pick for the Masters. And whoever guesses it right, the first person that comments the right answer, I'll give you something free from Fore Golf. Drop them comments below and get you. This is exclusive for podcast listeners. I'm putting this giveaway out nowhere else. If you're the first person, like if you're the first person to comment Bryson and Bryson wins, I got some Fore Golf for you. In the meantime, head over there, get you some. Look, guys, I'm going to keep it short and sweet today. The Masters is coming. This is a week that I look forward to every year. Even when I wasn't into golf like I am now, always look forward to watching the Masters with my dad. So, epic week of golf coming. Can't wait to come back and talk about it next week, Wednesday, 6 p.m., YouTube, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Amazon. If you're new here, please drop a like, follow, and comment. And now we have none other than Nate, my brother, my man, my friend, and my partner as affiliate for his brand, Fore Golf Apparel. And we appreciate him. We appreciate the brand. We love the brand. And we hope that you love it some more after this episode. Here's my boy, Nate. Real quick before we get to Nate, I just want to tell you about Swing City Golf in Bowling Green, Kentucky. This place, guys, is world class. They got a full bar, a full menu, full TrackMan technology, over 6 bays, plenty of room for you. Go check them out. If you want to go somewhere where you don't have to worry about leaving and going to get dinner, don't have to worry about getting your soda, alcohol, whatever you want, this is the place to be. And TrackMan is the best daggum tech in the simulator world. I promise you, you can't get any better. And if you really, really want to improve your game and you really take golf serious, this is the place to be because of the statistics and stats and numbers and the tracking that you can get on TrackMan and access to it after you're done right on your phone. So head over to Swing City Golf, Bowling Green, Kentucky, located on Broadway. Tell them From the Bunker sent you, and they'll take care of you real well. Here is Nate. Welcome back to From the Bunker. Today we've got Nate in the building, the founder of who y'all hear about every week, Fore Golf Apparel out of Green Bay, Wisconsin. He built this thing from the ground up, and we're going to talk to him about the grind, about the brand on and off the course, and just golf itself. Welcome to the Bunker, Nate. How are you, brother?
Good, man. How you doing, brother? How you doing, Josh? Good to be here.
Good.
Thank you for having me. It's finally a pleasure to get face-to-face instead of TikTok to TikTok.
Yeah, absolutely, dude. I appreciate you coming on. I've been wanting to get you on for a while. As most of our listeners know, you've been a big part of the podcast for a long time, so we appreciate that. We're going to get to know Nate a little bit today, get to know about building a apparel brand, get to know his golf game a little bit. But let's start. Where are you from? Are you from Wisconsin? Did you grow up there? Tell us about that.
Yeah, so interesting journey how I got here. I actually lived in Wisconsin. I'm a full Wisconsinite now, but I was born and raised in northern Minnesota, which is 40 minutes east of the North Dakota border and an hour and some south of the Canadian border in a little small town called Relic Falls. So I grew up there, played every sport, football, basketball, baseball, ran track, played college hoops, and in 1998, came down to Green Bay, Wisconsin, fell in love with the Packers, and haven't left since.
OG Cheesehead, huh?
I am, man. I'm telling you, this is the place to be and live.
I heard that. I've never been there, but want to come so bad. I would love.
You will be coming, and I'll be taking you out. We'll be going golfing, man. We'll have a good time of 4 or 5 days golfing.
I got to come during football season, though, because I've got to go to Lambeau Field once.
Bro, I'll tell you what. You come during the season, we can golf all the way to November here. We don't get the lucky, weather you guys do for hits, but we can get into November a little bit. So
yeah, we'll make it happen for sure. What were you like before you got into the golf business?
I hated golf. I hated. I did golf just for long drive contests and in outings and to support charities. Like if we were doing a charity or something for a school benefit or a cancer benefit, I loved doing it. But there was only 2 holes I looked for: the long drive hole in the front 9 and back 9, and that was it. Hated golf, never wanted to do it. But I was mainly a baseball player, so I played baseball fast pitch for a majority of my life, and golf was like whatever.
Yeah, I mean, I just got into golf in the last 2 years myself, so I totally know where you're coming from. What were you doing when Fore Golf wasn't even an idea yet? What were you doing before the idea of Fore Golf came around?
Yeah, I've always been in the apparel business. So for 20 years of my life, maybe a little more than 20, I did company apparel, embroidery, screen printing products for corporate clients, a lot of promotional products. And I've always been in the apparel side of things. So I did that, 7 of them as a business owner, and decided the stress wasn't worth it. The money wasn't worth it. And you pay way more in taxes than you should as a small business owner. And I was fortunate, got it sold, and then just did some odds and end jobs and got into golf apparel with a few of my connections that I had before.
That's awesome. So you were always, I guess, kind of entrepreneurial throughout your life. This isn't the first business that you kind of started.
I had my own apparel business on the side. I always was scared to take that leap because I had 4 humans raising, and I needed to make sure they could eat, and daddy had to make sure he had some money in his pocket. But I always wanted to start something where the culture, the people, they were the ones who made the brand. So when I had my old brand, Premier Branding Solutions, I had a staff that was amazing. They really made the brand who it was. And I just kept them busy with work to do. And they just kept the attitudes, the culture, and making our clients look the best, and never miss deadlines.
Absolutely. Isn't it amazing what you can do when you got the right people around you?
It was heartbreaking because when one lady left, she moved for love. She didn't quit me. She moved for love with her fiance. She made me cry because she actually told me I was the first person she's ever worked for that gave her time off, gave her flexibility, made sure when her mom had her leg amputated. I said, what about 4 days? She's got to go to rehab 1 day a week. Let's do 4 10s. Let's make it work for you. You want to work extra hours because you might have more going on. Let's do that. But she was like, you treated me like a human and you valued me as a person. And I was like, Tanya, you're making me cry. I hate you right now. But it got you right here.
I love that. And the little bit that I've got to know you over the last few months, I mean, I definitely think you would be an awesome guy to work for. You're definitely awesome to work with. Let's talk about that a little bit. Building the brand, man. For Golf Apparel, as all of our listeners know, I've been shouting you out on the podcast for probably around 10 or 12 weeks, maybe 15 weeks now. Where did the For Golf idea form?
Well, COVID. I started golfing later in 2020 with some buddies on a Thursday morning. And, golf, you get around in 65 bucks. Well, it was before COVID prices, but it was during COVID, but it was like $50 a round. You spend 50 on drinks, 20 on food. Then you got to get a new polo every time you golf. So every polo was $70. And I was like, man, I'm $200 in almost every round. I'm like, this is like, I'm working to do this 1 day a week. So, you get the polos, the shorts and everything. I'm like, it's just starting adding up. And, I said, man, there's got to be a better way. And every cheap polo I got was it was that it. You pay $20, you're getting one of those cheap polos that once you wash, everything comes apart. So I said, man, there's got to be something out there. And went back to my history, who I've worked with. And I sent you that image of the first polo I made just to test the waters. It actually took off. And I said, you know what? There we go. So then I had to come up with names. And I was drinking some Glenfiddich and started firing off names of people, and lo and behold, For Golf, it stuck.
Well, I say 4 a lot on the golf course, so it fits me really, really well. I kinda we wear the warning label. So, I mean, really, we don't even
Exactly.
have to say it.
I should have said 4 right instead of 4 golf, but
Yeah. What did you actually do first? So, I mean, did you put out that polo first? Did you come up with the name first? Kinda what was the first step?
first step, I actually worked with a guy who did some importing, and he was with my Premier Branding. So I actually private labeled it Premier Branding and made it in time for the Ryder Cup in 2021. And the first batch sold. And I'm like, holy shit, pardon my French. I was like, holy shit, this thing really, it sold. So then I reordered it again and I got it in time, probably like 3 weeks before the Ryder Cup. And man, I'll tell you what, you're my boy, Josh, and all. And I will tell you, friends from thick and everywhere come out to support me. And I love it. And I love them. And it's like, hey man, I need this, I need this, I need this, I need this. So I was shipping out Ryder Cup polos, the USA Snow Camel, right and left. And yeah, it clicked with me. I'm like, I'm into it. So then it's like, now I got to get a name. And then I went ADD and like, do I do golf gloves? What do I do? And I'm like, let's just focus on apparel first.
I love that. I love that. Yeah, it's a huge help when you have the people that already know you and, you're friends with, your family, whatever, when you start a business, when they get involved and try to support back, and support your dream. Biggest mistake that you think you made early on?
And biggest mistake was rushing. I wanted to rush to get things out there. So I was putting some samples out there and just trying to sell to generate money. Now I spend more money probably sampling than anything. It was a sampling. That's why now when you get the Hawaiian, the birdies, the USA polo, and moving forward, our fabric now is even better. It's softer, it's more supple, it's buttery. I'll put it up against anybody's. And the other thing, don't listen to big color fashion. I don't like it. I was talked into it when I started out, like with the Ducky and all those other polos. It was like big color, pinpoints the way it's going to be. And I just should have stayed to the tradition, but I listened. So, when you start a business, listen to your heart. It will lead you in the right way, I feel. Listen to outside voices saying, nope, you know what? They know it. They know it. And I should have stayed right here and I didn't. But we regrouped. We got the right, factories. I can't wait for our next drop to get here. You'll be the first one to know when it's going. And yeah, man, I just don't rush. And I should have slowed down.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, sometimes we get excited about something and then we question ourselves. We question ourselves because we think, well, hell, I don't know. They're telling me their opinion. Clearly, they got a better idea than me. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I see it in content. I see it in when I was in business. I see it every day. Everybody's got an opinion, and once you figure out, which you have now and I have now, but going on this story, once you figure out to just believe in yourself and trust yourself and what you believe in and that people will back it up, that's when things start clicking and start running a little smoother. And just to touch on it, I know that we work closely together and we're boys and all that, but as he said, put the shit up against anybody, dude. Like, it is top tier stuff, really, really great quality. I wear it often. I mean, I've probably washed some of the polos that I have 15, 20 times, and they're still just like I took them out of the bag. I have more expensive stuff that doesn't do that.
Oh, the other thing I forgot to tell you is I did listen to my heart when I told you I made the bit for the dad bod. The FG signature line that we do not have anymore was constructed like a swoosh pattern where it was made for the nice fit and fiddle boys who are still in college and out of college. They don't have it for the dad bods. So I did finally stop. I'm like, I'm making it for dad bods. So we're going to have more rooms. So we're not tucking everything in. And
Yeah, that's
that was the
that's
other thing.
another thing. I mean, the room in the shirts, I know some brands that people have to buy a size up. And with Fore Golf, honestly, if you like a little slim fit, you buy a size down because I wear a 2X. I've got an extra large because it was one of the only ones you had left, I think, and you threw it in for me or something. But that extra large Hawaiian shirt that I have fits like most of my 2X shirts.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it really is top tier stuff. If y'all haven't checked it out, check it out. Of course, all the stuff will be down in the description below. The first time, we were talking about friends and family supporting and then trusting yourself. Once you made that switch to trusting yourself, the first time that somebody that you didn't know bought something, what was that feeling like? And do you remember that first order from somebody that you didn't know?
Hell yeah, we became buddies too. And it was like, wow, shit got real. You expect your friends to come in, you get them all hooked up and everything. They all support you. But I'm like, this kid, he ordered it and I shipped it out and I sent him a divot tool with it. He fired back right away to my text number because I sent one of my business cards with him. He goes, dude, I love your polo. He ordered the Miami Nice one. That's the OG and the OG of the dad bod fit. And he's like, I love it. He goes, I'm a former baseball player. He goes, I'm a little thick around. He goes, I'm a little thick nowadays, but he goes, man, I don't have to wear an extra large anymore. I feel cool about wearing a large. And then we started chatting. And next thing you know, we ended up golfing together in a couple outings and we still text, we're trying to get together this summer, but he's got kids, I got kids. But, it's that, wow, man, someone else bought something that I don't know. It was pretty cool, man. It was that order got picked, I think, in 10 seconds and ran out the door.
That's awesome, man. The best part of it is that you remember it. I'm sure you've had thousands of orders since then, and the fact that you made friends with the guy and remember is super, super cool, says a lot about you. What's something that you think people think is easy about running the golf brand that's not?
Well, they think it's all you do is golf and wear your stuff. Well, I do solicit people. Like I said, man, probably spend most of my time. My factories right now are starting to go to work when everybody's winding down for the day and they're getting ready for bed. So they don't realize I'm up till 2 in the morning, 3 in the morning, going back and forth. I'm trying to make sure I solidify all this sample gets going, confirming, production, pricing, negotiating, testing fabrics out. Like I said, man, I spend more money on sampling than anything. But it's all about the end user. So I don't mind spending $1,000 sampling hats and different hat factories, just so when you get the hat, you love it. You get this when this gets dropped in about 3 weeks. I don't have a name for it, but we'll work on a marketing tool for this. But when these hoodies come in and they get launched, you know that I spent probably about $200 sampling these things.
Yeah, that's awesome. And the fact that you take pride in it and make sure that it's a great quality. And if you test it, you don't like it, you've learned, earlier you mentioned about rushing. Now you've learned it's okay to go slow. You'd rather put out the best quality for the best price and
Percent.
get something good out there. What do you think the hardest part of running a apparel brand is? Is it like inventory, marketing, design?
Man, it's everything above. It's right now for me, it's getting away and I love my friends and family. I love them. I love you guys and gals, but I need to get into North Carolina. I need to get into Texas. I got to get into more states than Wisconsin, Minnesota, Iowa, Illinois, Michigan, Kentucky. I got to get my people out there in other states. And I don't know how to do that. I'm old school, man. I'm Gen X. I'm 50. I don't know what I'm doing. So
Well, we're going to get it out there, but that's absolutely right. I mean, I think once more eyeballs get on the brand, once more people know about it, and you break that barrier of, not just friends and family, but kind of a limited group. Once you can kind of get the name and get some brand awareness and spread the word, I think great things are coming.
we got people like you promoting us, man. So I know a lot of eyes are on it. It'll keep going. We got you, man. You and I are 100% going. So we're
Yeah.
rolling.
Absolutely, brother. We're gonna have a great year. The polo, I mean the hoodies he's wearing, guys. This thing's absolutely sick. I can't wait to get my hands on one of those. Got the Carolina blue up top, navy bottom, nothing on the front. Fore Golf over the shoulder there, and the nice cursive type print. It's beautiful, dude. Love it. Can't wait to get my hands on that.
And we have an orange and black one coming with us. We'll have two of them to start with, men's only. I know we're kind of sexist by only doing men's stuff, but we do have a woman's drop coming for a flamingo. So stay tuned for that. You'll be the first one on that one, Josh, for sure. So don't worry.
Yeah, she's already seen that in my text messages with you and claimed one of those as soon as they come out. So she's excited about that.
It's noted, brother.
What's something that almost made you quit, Nate? What's something that like you were like, all right, this is the end of the road?
And it's the everyday of like, man, you go 2-3 weeks without a sale. It's like crickets and quiet. And like, then you're like, man, should I go on Amazon? Should I do this? So I tried Amazon, and I'm a relationship guy. I'm not the marketing guy. I'm not all that other stuff. So I want to build relationships. So for me, it's like, man, I can't do this anymore because I don't know how to get to that into Florida and all these other places. It's just every day I find it more and more when it's like, I'll see a snap. One of my buddies will have a Fore Golf hat on, or a bunch of my hockey buddies are rocking my Goon Squad stuff with my Fore Golf winter hat on. And it's like, all right, this is why I keep going. I got to keep these guys looking good and having a good time, and love seeing them wear it. So
Absolutely, dude. I wear it. I at least have a hat on probably 97% of the time. And, golf in a polo another 97% of the time. And I get compliments on it all the time.
well,
People
for your birthday,
asking,
brother, you look pretty damn good in that birdie outfit right there. You look pretty
I
good in the
thought
birdie.
so. I thought so. I love the birdie. Love the birdie.
Absolutely. You look pretty good. I think we talked about the eagle pattern. I think we talked about the eagle pattern, and that maybe coming up soon, and some
That would
pastel
be,
orange and
yeah.
purple.
Hey, birdies, as my boys over at Dysfunctional say, shout out to them, little bird and big bird. The birdie's the little bird, the eagle's the big bird.
I like it.
What was the biggest turning point for you, Nate? What do you think was a turn that kind of was like, all right, this is gonna work?
Man, chatting with you every day, you and I text often and it just gets me excited. So like right now, I'm like, man, we got to get the snow gone. I want to get to the course. I want people to see it. I'm getting excited for my golf outing. I know you got a golf outing coming up in April that unfortunately I can't make it because these damn kids and sports. When you have to reorder a design because it's sold so well, that's a big turning point to me. It's like number of turns, like the ducky. I think I turned that 2 times. I did the initial and reordered twice. Miami Nice, I reordered Macho. That's a turning point for me. That gets me excited. Like, all right, somebody likes this design. They're pumped about it. To me, that just gets me thinking of the next polo design. Like we were just talking about little birdie, big birdie. Think about the big birdie. Think about, like Kentucky colors, and clearly North Carolina is always going to be the favorite here on this side of it. But, just what can we do to bring the brand into more hands? That gets me excited.
Yep, absolutely. What's one thing that you wish every person knew about starting a brand?
Shit. Damn, dude, that's a good question. About starting a brand, do research. Like, I know all my competitors. I know what makes them charge $89 for a polo. I know why some charge $39 for a polo, what makes them each unique. And I also go back in their stories. How do they get started? For me, the best thing is just know what you're getting into. I'm getting in golf. So I got the Waggles, I got the Bad Birdies, I got the Good Goods, I got, Yada, I got like so many Malray, all these guys. And I just read about them, like what happened with the Unreal guys. I mean, that story, amazing. Same with the Waggle owner. It's both out of Minnesota. So shout out to Minnesota. Even though we're competitors in this world, shout out to them.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, just know your competitors. I know a couple in the state of Wisconsin, but what sets you different, I love hearing their stories, where they came from, what got them into it. Hey, I started selling t-shirts in my dorm room and it just funded everything. And to me, that's cool.
Yeah.
But then also find out what people like and dislike about them too. Like, okay, you don't like this about the fit. Dad bod it is then. You don't want to be in the skinny boy, the slim fit stuff. So I think dad bod fit goes towards 65, maybe 70% of golfers. Yeah, I think that's a right fit for people.
Last one before we move on to something a little different here, but how important is it to you to make this brand something that is affordable for the everyday person? And how do you do that when everybody else is charging upwards of $100 for something like what you're wearing right now?
Yeah, man. It is. It's crazy because we probably have the same cost. Well, they little bit cheaper than us, but they spend so much. They buy 3 to 5 to 600 units per design, right? So they're putting their POs in for their hats and their polos and their zips and everything. And I won't say, but I already know 3 brands that I work with the same factory for. But yeah, it's all about marketing. It's all about the other stuff. So what I wanted to do is clearly I want to get marketing, but I don't want to spend millions of dollars to get it. But it's more so about keeping it affordable. $45, I think, for a polo, and some are on sale right now, moving old merch out for $25. I think it's a great price point. I don't want to pay $69. My polo shouldn't cost the same as amount of a round. So for me, 45, use your 15% off coupon with FTB80, get 15% off and get a free hat when you spend $50. Free shipping at 75. So it's just trying to get people to get out there. I want people out there having a good time in golf. And that's where we talked about getting some leisure wear too off the course, where you're not spending 69 for a long sleeve but a t-shirt. You can get one
Yeah.
for 29.
Yep.
It's
So tell me, Nate, how did you get into the game of golf? When did you start taking it serious, and how did you start?
well, serious goes with how we're playing that day. So if we're not off to the first 3 holes are rough, we don't play it serious. We just get the vibes and the drinks going. I would say 2023. I joined a membership in 2021. It's the thrill, man. You get a birdie. I even got an eagle in 2021 on a par 5 that I just started getting the juices flowing. I'm like, God, I really want to do this. But my swing is so conducive to baseball, being a baseball player. I never thought I could ever become a golfer. Still not a golfer, but 2023, I got competitive and beat one of my buddies who's a scratch golfer and broke 80 for the first time. I'm like, God damn, this shit's fun. Like, I know it as a competitive person and everything I do, I'm like, man, I need to get better. So I took lessons with a buddy of mine, Luke at Next Gen out of Green Bay. Big shout out to Luke at Next Gen. He's helped me with my iron game. So last year my irons are really, I really they saved my game last year. And then he gave me a couple lessons this year with my driver. Haven't done it on a real course yet, but I'm kind of excited to take what I've learned from him this year and see if I can maintain 80-ish to 83-ish scores, mixing your 90s when you have a blow up. But overall, I really just 2023, and this is a year I really want to try to be consistent and keep that handicap straight at a 7.
Is that around where you're at right now is like a 7 handicap, or what's your current handicap?
18 birdies, said I'm at a 7.7 when I ended last year. That
Okay.
was after 100 and some rounds.
Wow. That's impressive.
So
That's
yeah.
really impressive because a lot of guys don't post them every round at least, and that sounds like about every round. So that's
Yeah,
absolutely
I take out my I take out our scrambles because we use 18 birdies for yardage markers.
yep,
So I
exactly.
remove those. But yeah, I think for overall, I would say for sure 95% are accurate rounds where I might have played a best ball where you play 2 balls per hole and you take your best shot.
Yep.
But yeah, I would say 95% are straight, my rounds, taking a not a handicap, but taking a drop and doing all that stuff. So
That's awesome, man. That's a really, really strong handicap on 100 plus rounds. What would you say, or do you remember your best round ever?
damn it. It was a 78. I was a member at Crystal Springs for a handful of years, and I shot a 78. I went 38-40, and I golfed with an old timer, and he was furious with me because I told him, "Oh, I just started golfing," and he's an old timer, so he's been golfing for 30, 40 years. And he's like, "This is bullshit. You're hustling me." I'm like, "I'm telling you right now, sir, I'm playing out of my ass." The 7 iron was going 195 to 205 like clockwork. The driver wasn't missing fairways. It might have only been going 280, 285, but it was in the fairway, setting me up. And Crystal's a little bit shorter. A lot of the holes I go driver 8, up the par fours or driver wedge even. So it's like a 6,100 yard course. But yeah, I went 38-40, and I ended up buying him lunch. I'm telling you right now, dude. And I was trying to text my friends, like, would you tell this guy I seriously suck at golf? Like, he doesn't believe me. But I mean, you've had those rounds, bro, where it's just like everything just goes right. And
I haven't had many of them, but I know what you mean.
yeah,
Yeah, it's crazy. I know that a couple times, last year I broke 90 3 times last year, and it was just like I think some of my friends didn't believe me because I normally shoot like 95 to 105, and they were at the time, and now I'm pretty much under 100, damn near every time. I haven't broke 80 that many times. I shot a real low round, had a chance to break 80, I believe. I shot 40 and 41 or something, but I had a really, really strong chance at like a 40 and a 38 and missed two like really close putts to fuck it up. But yeah, it was those rounds are pretty incredible. What's the worst round that you remember?
oh man, there's many. There's so many. There's so many that begin with one around 2020 and 2021. There's so many that start with a one. There was a round I played at Northbrook. Greens are fast, greens are tight. I bet you I shot a 117. I think it was a 117. That one I did. That one, that 18 birdies I deleted because I was so embarrassed. I don't want anyone to see it. I think it was 117. Yeah, it was one in Mark Race. So it was 117. And there was quadruple bogeys. I think I got a 9 on a freaking par 3. I was like, this game is stupid. I'm done. I was so pissed. But I got that birdie on, I think, 17 out there. So I'm like,
Yeah, there's always that one in a bad round that's going to keep you coming back. You know it.
or you're playing flawless on the front 9, which I will tell you, I shot a perfectly 36 with 2 birdies and 2 bogeys in the front 9. And my buddies were like, holy shit, bro, you're on fire. I shot a 51 on the back 9.
Yep.
It
Seen that a
was
hundred times.
put the driver away. Bro, I teed off with a 6 or 7 at the rest of it, and I still couldn't do nothing.
So that leads me to ask, what's your favorite part of golf and your least favorite part of golf?
Man, it's the boys, it's the vibes, it's the music, it's yacht rock, it's gangster rock, it's Limp Bizkit when you need it. Like, it's being with the boys, man, and it's talking, and they're your real friends when you duff a shot and they talk shit through it, but yet when you get a birdie, they're your biggest supporter of it, and that's your
Yep.
boys. So that's I love golf just for that. The worst part of it is you're in Wisconsin, so you don't get to golf December through, March. That's probably my most hateful time, and being on the simulator is just not the same.
What does a normal day look like for you, brother? I know that you kind of, have a job on top of running the apparel brand. So what's a normal day look like for Nate?
Oh man, right now I work for Paul Davis Restoration. Big shout out to the biggest restoration, fire, water, mold, water damage companies in the United States. Um, So yeah, I work with a lot of agents. So my days get up and it's, going from AmFam to Rule to Badger, talking to a lot of agents, making sure they know who we are. So when the shit hits a fan, they know we're going to be there. And our team, we have 3 locations and I'm based in the Appleton, Green Bay market. And our team is fantastic, great people. And I think that's a testament to the culture that was built by our CEO down in Milwaukee area. And it's brought up to here. And I'm proud to be part of it. So a lot of talking with agents. And you know what? Honestly, I get to golf a lot, so my job entails some golfing. So I'm not gonna lie, it doesn't really suck to go out there and golf with some agents and get to know them and become friends with them. And,
Yeah.
like today, actually yesterday, I've been 45, sub pump failure on one of my friends' house, who's also an agent, calls me up. We got our mitigations manager, Dennis, dispatched a team out to his house in Fond du Lac, which is an hour and 15 from Green Bay. They were tearing it up, getting with them in the greens, or in the mix with them. And the next team came in today to help them out. And they had another water loss. I mean, it's starts off on good, but you never know what happens. But yeah, it starts with that. Then if there's a Fore Golf order, I get home, try to get to the USPS and everything before the day ends, if not the next day. But yeah, man, no 2 days are the same ever. Tomorrow my day is set in stone, and I've already heard my beep. My work phone beep 3 times, so I think there's either a fire or something going on from my emergency response teams.
That's awesome. I love that you stay on the grind full time. What motivates you right now, Nate?
Man, okay, it's gonna sound cliche. You motivate me because I want to work with you and I want to be a partner and I want to see your brand take off. I want to see, if it's through Fore Golf, awesome. But if From the Bunker podcast blows up and you're the next Joe Rogan, hell yeah, that's awesome. It motivates me to be around good people. I've cut out a lot of bad people in my life because I felt like I got into a rut. And I'm around some of the most amazing people. I've got, a good core of like 30 people that I love. They're brothers or sisters. And my grandma always said, family isn't blood. Family is family. So you don't have to be in the same blood to be family. And to me, that resonated because I got people that have been brothers and sisters with me since we were age 4. But just motivates me just to be around good people and see people do good. And if I can help out with, I get emotional, but my uncles got to go on the Missions of Honor flight, and that's where my golf outing has always been for fun. This is the first year I'm doing a charity outing, and they're my heroes. They're my uncles, and they were so proud and so excited to take that trip to Washington D.C. for the Vietnam tour through Missions of Honor. It was the old Glory Honor flight, but this now Missions of Honor. It inspired me like I ain't really doing shit in my life. I need to step up my game. I need to help some people, and that got me really motivated to get into this with Missions of Honor, which is a big shout out because now they're taking the global war on terror and they're going to start going to New York this year. So they're going to have some flights after my outing. I think in August, I think they're going to send some people out to New York to go do it. So, man, my motivation is, making sure my kids see their dad as a good man and being around good people and making sure the people I'm around are doing good. And yeah, I know it's cliche and cheesy, man, but that's who I
Oh,
am.
I love that. Dude, there's not many people, and I find this out more and more every day, but there's not many people in the world that think like that. And, I'm the type of person, kind of like you know, I want to see fucking Fore Golf take off and do well for you. I want to see my boys that I'm really close with that do content. I want to see them blow up worse than I want to see myself blow up. And, there's not a lot of selfless people out there like that. So that's another reason that I like working with you so much, because it's never about you. It's never about just the brand. It's what can I do for you? How can I help you? How can I make this easy? So, yeah, that's awesome. It's not cliche at all. What would you say is the biggest sacrifice that you've had to make to get Fore Golf where it is today and where you want it to go?
Finances. It always comes out of money out of pocket. I spent about $7,200 bringing in probably samples and a few things in the course of 3, 4 years, testing things out, not liking them, redoing them, buying some fabrics, doing multiple things. So it's always, for me, it's the financial aspect of it. But for me, I guess we can't take the money with us when we go. And if we do it right, this money will get reinvested back into me. I'll make my money back, which I'm not worried about. We can always make more money. We just can't make more memories and more life events ever, during our time. So take a chance. Why not? If these things don't sell, which they better sell, I took a chance, man, and it failed, but I don't think it will. I think enough guys between, these colors and this style, I think will go pretty well. But yeah, man, it's always money, financial strains.
Yep, absolutely. Yeah, I think that's what it is for anybody. I mean, we mentioned a minute ago about how expensive it is to chase your dream, and that's in anything. That's in trying to go chase a professional golf dream. That's trying to chase a business dream. That's trying to chase a content dream. Like the old saying goes, and this is cliche as hell, but like the old saying goes, it takes money to make money, baby.
That is true. That is true. Or you could be like one of our competitors out there that has a hole in one on a par four and their golf brand blows up and they get a couple investors in them and all they do is make golf content and YouTube channels all day. But
Well,
we got to get there, maybe. I guess we got to go out and play a par four. Maybe someone's got to get an ace too for us to grow it. But
maybe my lessons will pay off and I'll get a hole in one on a par four.
I love it. Okay, I'm going to ask you real quick, brother. Would you rather have, I know everybody wants a hole in one, but I want a hole in one on a par four. I want a hole in one on a par three, unless it's a 200-yard par three. But man, I'm telling you, to get a hole in one on a par four, that's my jam. I don't know how you feel about things, but
I don't think that I'll ever have the distance to get a hole in one on a par four. I don't hit the ball that far, probably somewhere on average, probably off the tee. I'm like 220, 225, which hopefully the lessons and all the work that I'm going to put in this year on my golf game pay off to add, and get more of like a 250 average. But
yeah.
I'm just not powerful enough off the tee. Now, for you, for a guy that hits it 250, 260, 270, 280, you got a damn solid chance. I'd like a 175 par 3 over some water, to
Um,
be my perfect hole in one hole. Just a nice scenery, and I'm gonna run right through that damn lake to get to that ball.
because you're gonna look up, look down, look up, look down, look up, look down, and you're gonna see the whole ball flight, the trajectory of the ball, and the scenery behind it. So yeah, that actually, I never thought about that, dude. That's a good one. I never thought about watching your hole in one moment on the par three. I just wanna hit one 330, 335, and watch it roll up there and be like, I'm good.
It's
I'll be the vibes guy moving forward. I'll just listen to music and tell everybody what they're doing wrong.
it's definitely possible. Definitely possible.
Yeah, man, that's awesome. Yeah, over water.
Yeah. Yeah, because I feel like it's more of a challenge, because anytime that you see water, a lot of times you wind up going in it. So, what do you want for golf to be in the next 3 to 5 years?
3 to 5 years, I'd love to be expanded, and I would love to be in as many states. Slowly get into some maybe pro shops. I'd love to get somebody on the DP or the Corn Ferry Tour wearing our stuff. Us and the ambassadors, our Team Fore Golf, going to an annual trip because we did so well as
Yeah.
a team that we're going to go to Walhalla and we're going to watch an outing, or we're going to go to someplace and have a good time with the boys, or we all just get together and have a Fore Golf Classic with everybody's involved with
Yeah.
Team Fourth. in form. We have amazing classics. 3 to 5 years. There's just too many things. I step by step, but I would love to have a team outing, a team get together, and then see the brand grow and get into like a professional person and like get an FTB collab going with certain people, or like how we talked about, doing a collab with your brand, our brand, and making it something where people just love to wear.
Yeah, absolutely. That's awesome. What would making it look like for you? Like what would make it to where you're like, okay, Fore Golf is successful?
Nothing. I'm already here. I'm success. To me, it's successful because it's still going. We're going. We're growing. We're getting better. We're getting smarter.
I love that.
If it failed tomorrow, I already succeeded in life because I have 4 children who are the best part of me, and they are amazing human beings. I can fail in every aspect of my life, but I have never failed in that aspect of being a father to 4 amazing kids. So for me, for golf, it won't fail until we close the doors. I think it's only going to get bigger and better. I just, yeah,
That's
it's going to
awesome.
keep going.
So that brings up a question for me. Did any part of Fore Golf have to do with you having 4 children?
No, just for right.
Okay. All right. I was just curious, but that's awesome. I love that. I'm not a father yet, but man, it definitely, warms my heart to hear it. I feel like if my dad was here, he'd probably, be the same way about his kids. So I love that. All right.
I know he's looking down and he's got a good son. He's got a good son in you. So I'm sure
I
I know
appreciate
he's
that,
looking
man.
down.
That means a lot, man.
Hey,
Seriously. And
if you ever want to see a kid hit, my son Zachary, when he's on, that kid, I've seen him hit 360s before. This kid, my boys are 6'4". My son Zachary has hit balls that are just the most absurd nukes. But then he goes through and hits the most endless drives that go 110 yards, 200 yards in the air, 200 yards down.
that's
But
what we
I'm
call
telling you
the
that he gets that.
60-degree driver.
I'm telling you, I've been a big hitter my whole life, and there's some times he's hit it, and he just goes, "What do you got, old man?" I'm like, "Fuck, ain't nothing I can do."
I'm not even going to hit. I'm playing your
There's a
ball.
Walmart. There's been a Walmart. I've had a 3 in front of my drive, and there was still a Walmart when we got up to his ball. I'm like, "God damn, this ain't fair." But 6'4", and he pipes it. But when he misses, woo, it's comical when he misses.
That's awesome, dude. All
But yeah,
right. So we do this with every guest. I know you've listened to a few of the episodes, so you probably know what we're about to do, but this is rapid fire from the bunker. So we're going to get in the sand here. I'm going to read off some random questions. Just give me the quick answer. We're going to start with your favorite golf brand besides Fore Golf.
Malrig,
Okay. Love that. Dream course that you have not played.
Torrey Pines.
Torrey Pines. Wow. Great answer. Most people say Augusta right off the rip, so I love that.
Can't afford it.
If you could pick one, or if you could pick a scramble partner, dead or alive, any professional, family, whatever, who would it be?
I'll see with Derek Jeter. I expected Bryson DeChambeau. I'm taking Derek Jeter just because I want to talk about winning.
I heard that. Yep. I think he'd be a great golf partner. One club that you can't live without that's in the bag.
7 iron.
Okay. Love that. We talked about this a little bit, but beer or transfusion?
Transfusion, baby.
Amen, baby.
Shout out to Turn Daily though. We got Good Boys. We got the lemonades for the Good Boys. We're drinking those. Transfusion for sure.
Have you tried the Good Boys? I haven't got to try them yet.
I've tried them, and I'm pretty sure between April through October, my blood alcohol content is 1.8, and takes about 3 months to get the Good Boys out of me. They go down like water.
It's awesome. Last one for you from the bunker rapid fire. Walk or ride when you go play golf?
I played my best golf walking, but I like to ride because I feel like the vibes and the music when it's right, it's right. Because you're walking away from your balls, at least you're driving your balls. I'm a walker if I want to get some really good scores in, but I'll ride with my boys all day just so we can listen to some tunes and just talk some shit.
I love that. Well, you've officially made it out of the bunker. Nate, man, it's been a great conversation. I've been wanting to do this for a long time, so I'm super glad that we finally worked it out to get you on, and I appreciate everything that you've done for me, for your belief in what I do, in my podcast, and everything that I do. And it's been a pleasure to become friends over the last 2 months here. I've
yeah, man.
enjoyed, getting to know you better and talking all the time and all that. So looking forward to a great 2026 with you, and hopefully for many years to come that we get to keep growing this thing, as a team here. So thank you for everything, and thanks for coming on.
Hell yeah, bro. Let's keep moving the podcast and start talking about that collab. Because once I get that fabric, what that water resistant, we'll talk more. And that logo, yeah, we'll be looking some sweet stuff.
Sounds good, brother. Guys, this was another episode of From the Bunker. Y'all go check out foregolfapparel.com. All the stuff will be down in the description below. Go give them a follow on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, wherever you go. We will catch y'all next week at 6 p.m. on Wednesday. Peace.